I'll say it. We do not draft running backs in the first round. We do not pay running backs. But the report today is the Lions are interested in Bijan at 18 or a running back at 18, and my answer is Boulder Dash.
Yeah, but Mike, have you seen Bijan run?
Yeah, because I tried to tell idiot Michigan fans he was way better than Blake Corum, and I got murdered. I'm like, all right, cool. Enjoy your diminutive faux Heisman guy. Bijan is number one back in the country.
He is.
Oh, the same people who ripped my ass now want to slobber all over Bijan. Whatever. Let's go to Steve, 97.1. What's up, Stevie? Stevie!
Steve.
Get out. Come on, Steve. You can't start the week that way.
Bad and lead off.
Mike in Detroit, he's ready. I hear him coughing. Hi, Mike.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, buddy.
I'm sorry. I just want to thank you very much for your peers, all of their quarterback and cornerback talk. You've been the voice of reason, and you've calmed my nerves every time I turn your show on, so thank you for that.
We are your therapist from 2 to 6.
Oh,
We're
my
here
God,
for you.
you've saved my life. I'm telling you, there's other guys who have me pulling my hair out. I think the Lions should draft 2 D linemen with the first 2 picks, but I got to be honest with you, Mike, and I know you're going to crucify me for this, but at 18, I kind of would like to see Bijan only because at that slotted salary at 18, and I might be wrong, wouldn't that be a good salary to have a top-notch running back in for 5 years?
Well, hold on. Before we even get to that point, I want you to answer the question I asked. I'm not mad if you want the guy. I have a disagreement.
Okay.
But do you believe they would take him at 18?
They would if certain players weren't there. I think that if, Cansey and Barise would be an option. Obviously, Christian Gonzalez, if he's there, they're going to take him before Bijan. But I think that they would consider it. I would rather have Cansey or Barise personally, but for some reason they're gone. And
hold on, though. I would wager with you. You got way better. First of all, you're telling me Bijan is no better than third on your board. We're good. Because Brian Brisset or Cansey, the kid out of Pitt, those are big people who hurt people. Right. I'm good with you.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike, that's my point, is that the report today that they're interested at 18, I don't think that's anything other than they wouldn't mind moving down.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think that they're really seriously considering Bijan, but I'd like to have him, but you're right. It makes way more sense to take those big guys than him.
For me, go ahead, Rico. You were about to say
something. No, I was about to
say,
or this is, Holmes playing that game, trying to get, a team interested, and maybe Philly moves up from that 30 spot and says, okay, you know what? We passed on him at 10, but we do want Bijan. We're going to take him.
I think the one unanimous thing they could do at 18 where everyone would be happy would be move down. Because there is no one player. People have convinced themselves of Cansey based on the mock drafts. Right. If the Lions weren't mocked to take this kid a bunch, nobody would know him because they don't watch Pitt. And they sure as hell, when they do, don't watch an interior lineman. Mm-mm. He's a good player.
No, and it means you pick up extra picks. It's volume. And I think for years, man, but the first round is the Super Bowl here in this city. So if you don't get it in the first round, it used to be that rounds 2 through 7 were bagging groceries 2 years later.
Hold on now. Realistically, Lions' second-round picks, kind of a death sentence.
Right.
So people weren't wrong in saying the first round was all they had.
So that's why the first round was like, we got to land this guy. And there was so much emphasis. Well, the teams were like, if we miss this guy, we got like 5 other ones that we're looking at. No. Got to get it right. So
otherwise you end up as Reuben Drones. Wow. Anthony, 97.1. What's up, Anthony? How are you?
I'm doing well, guys. Happy draft week.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man.
What do you got?
Yeah, so number one, I wanted to start with the Bijan talk.
Okay.
I think if we stay at 18, I think he's absolutely in play. I think you look no further than Brad Holmes of the Rams. Like he said, they didn't flinch with Todd Gurley at 10. So I could see Brad Holmes trying to build a similar offense to the Rams. Jared Goff was at the helm at the time. He's at the helm now. I could see that happening. Is that my favorite choice? I don't know, to be honest with you. I would like to maybe see them take like Osiris Torrance, solidify the O-line. So I don't know, but I think it's in play if it's Brad Holmes.
Yeah, listen, I I am pretty convinced, Anthony, and this is the fun of it because we can all be wrong. And,
Sure.
I feel like if they had their druthers, they would absolutely move out of one or both of their picks. There is just not one player that excites me at either spot where I go, I can't pass on this.
I get that. Can I give you my prediction, though, Mike, on what I think is going to happen?
Let's do it, because I need somebody to be right on this show, Anthony, so it may as well be you.
Here we go. I got you. Here we go. So
right.
I think they're going to, at 6, what they're going to do is they're going to move from 6 to either 2 or 3. I think Will Anderson's their guy. I think Brad Holmes is going to find a way to get him. That's number 1, okay? So they're going to give up assets to go to 3. Now, I think they're going to trade from 18 and move down to maybe recoup some of those assets and still get their guy. So that's my prediction for the Lions on draft night.
So trade up and then trade down.
Yes, trade up and then trade down.
What he has described, what you have described, Anthony, would be my dream. That would be my dream
as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Me too.
That means that Brad Holmes has turned into Troy Weaver on draft day. No, on draft day, because the Pistons make a ton of moves on draft day.
They don't all look the same.
Right. Oh, David.
Keep
me away from this one.
I mean, on draft day, Troy Weaver makes a ton of moves.
He does.
He's in a ton of trades. That's what you're hoping to see with Brad Holmes is we moved up, and then at 18, we moved down. But David's talking about
David went a different direction. Let's go.
David chose violence.
Joe, 97.1. What's up, Joey?
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Hey, Joe. What's going on?
Hey, not much. I definitely do not want to see a running back in the first round at all. We get the opportunity to have a player for 5 years, so we need to spend our assets on D-line, O-line, quarterback, or wide receiver. Wide receivers below in the first round. So those are the players we should focus on. Second round, go after Gibbs or Charbonnet for running back. They're a poor man, if you want to call it, Bijan Robinson.
No, but Joe, you're nailing it. There's so much value later in the draft for running backs and wide receivers. Yes, everybody gets enamored with wide receivers. And yes, some turn into Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson. But you know what? You can look at what the Steelers have done. I always cite David's franchise. Was Antonio Brown a first-round pick?
Nope.
Was George Pickens a first-round pick? Was Deontay Johnson a first-round pick? Was James Washington a first-round pick? I can keep going. My point is, they don't ever use a first-round pick on these guys. Joe,
it's a bad deal. It's a bad deal.
It's right there for you.
If we're stuck in the first round, to be honest, up at 6, I want Skoronski. Lock him in. We're good. Our O-line's done for years now. So
you know
what's
what's interesting?
Boring, but it's a great play.
So this weekend, that started to pop up where multiple teams want to move to 3 to get the Cardinals pick to select the lineman. And my question would be, why? Who the hell is taking Skoronski above? Hell, if somebody called the Lions at 6, why would you need to move to 3? It was bizarro world to me, unless the Lions are the Joker.
No.
Like if the Lions are the Trojan horse and they're the ones who are going to take the O-lineman, people's heads would explode.
You're not kidding me, man. This week, this reminds me of that old, was that Richard Sherman commercial with the Beats where you just put the headphones on and you just watch the people talking and all you see is their lips moving because, moving up to 3 to get an O-lineman who you probably could get.
That's what we think. I'm just telling you what is out there, and you go, what do they know? Because to move up to 3 costs you exponentially more than to move up. Here, we got a for sale sign around our neck. Come and get the 6th pick.
You know what?
I'll even discount it.
The NFL is very smart on how they market and do things. They took the draft and made it a 3-day event. Skip Hard Knocks. Do Hard Knocks GM style, where for 4 or 5 weeks, all the GMs, you're hearing their phone calls. We would all watch that show because we're all suckers. We would. David, you know you would. I would. If it was just all the GMs with cameras following them, taking phone calls, and you got to see Brad Holmes talking to, the Rams guy. And it's like, oh, wow. So this is the deal they're talking about. Because,
I wish you good luck in having the NFL allow that.
They do everything
Not
else.
at a managerial level. That would be insane. I mean, I love it. We just don't have the budget.
I'd rather see that than the football commanders.
What?
Or the football, aren't the commanders going to be the Hard Knocks, or they're one of the teams?
They're one of the teams. One of the teams, yes.
If it ain't the Lions, I don't care. 248-539-9797. Rico, tell them all about it. Oh, wait, it's me. I did the opposite of what I usually do to you.
Mike?
Hi.